My brothers, in his gospel, Matthew describes St. Joseph as just. Mary's future husband, when faced with the inexplicable pregnancy of his fiancée, does not consider his wounded pride or his dignity. Instead, his first thought is to save her from the animosity, or worse, from the stoning to which she risked being condemned. He does not want to publicly shame her, so he intends to divorce her informally and in secret. And it's precisely at that moment of understandable anguish and suffering that the love of God comes in the shape of an angel to encourage him. The angel inspires Joseph to make the right choice, which is always to overcome fear. These are the words of the angel, Matthew 1:20-21. Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary home as your wife, because she has conceived what is in her by the Holy Spirit. She will give birth to a son, and you must name him Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins. My brothers, an angel accompanies St. Joseph in the most difficult moments of his life. And his response to the words of the heavenly messenger is always that of trusting obedience. St. Joseph takes Mary as his bride, and when after the birth of Jesus, the angel returns to warn him that King Herod wants to kill the child, he escapes with his family to Egypt, a foreign country, where he has to get a new job and start all over again. Now we know that he worked as a craftsman because when the skeptical inhabitants of Nazareth questioned Jesus' origins, they asked, is this not the carpenter's son? When the angel appears to him again to tell him that Herod has died and he should return to the land of Israel, Joseph immediately takes his wife and son and seeks refuge in the town of Nazareth in Galilee, simply because the angel tells him to. Joseph certainly loved Jesus with all the tenderness that a father feels for his son. Moreover, he protected and educated this mysterious and wise child who was entrusted to his care. Educating Jesus must have been an immensely challenging task. Imagine telling the Son of God what is right and what is not. Protecting him must have been equally difficult. After searching for him anxiously for 3 days, while Jesus remained behind in the temple discussing with the doctors of the law, Joseph had to hear a 12-year-old boy tell him, did you not know I must be busy with my father's affairs? Perhaps Joseph felt like every other father who sooner or later has to accept the fact that his child really does not belong to him, but to God alone, who holds that child's destiny in his hands. My brothers, Joseph does not appear in any of the 4 Gospels that recount the public life of Jesus, nor at his crucifixion on Calvary, nor at the resurrection. It is fair to presume, therefore, that he died before Jesus began his preaching. According to tradition, Joseph died with Mary and Jesus by his side, which is why he is always invoked as the protector of the dying. It is the wish of every one of us to leave our earthly home in the company of Jesus and his mother. My brothers, during this time of Lent, let us embrace the example of St. Joseph. Let us lead, protect, and defend our families with faith, love, and obedience to God's will. Be the family warrior that God has called you to be. I'm Robin Miller. Thank you for listening. If you enjoy our content, please like, subscribe, and share. God bless.